Okay, we are back, and it's been a really long time for me actually. I uploaded the previous episode like the other day, but I filmed that back in like February because I had to there was heaps of stuff I had to like change on my PC, and then it got really glitchy, and I just couldn't be bothered for ages. And I had some work to do anyway, but now I'm in lockdown. Oh my god, it's fantastic. Sydney is not having fun right now, but it means I can just do this shit and feel productive. Now, as you may notice, there are a lot more people here than usual because Living World Season 3 just became free or something. I noticed that the other day, and I was like, oh, I should probably jump on this. And I uploaded that other video, and it actually did like better than most of my other ones, like 10 views, like oh my god. Because most of the views on my other videos are just me jumping on it for like 3 seconds just to check the video is functional if I like change something. So the fact that I reached 10 without me even having to do doing that sort of thing, it's a lot for me. Anyway, now, so what the hell was I doing? Because there's so many people, and you rarely see. I mean, like, Bloodstone Fen does get some decent traffic still because it's all the Bloodstone crystals. But this many people gathered in like one spot doesn't happen often. So I might just eat some of these little buffs here because why not? I don't really need them because I'm not like doing any gathering and stuff. But I might as well. Now, so where was I up to? What about the White Mantle to here? Okay, yeah, so I had pretty much just gotten here and we were just getting the lay of the land. We reported that the Pact soldiers in the White Mantle all seem to be going nuts, kind of similar to the way Elder Dragons do. Just some hints about what could be happening there, who knows. Alright, we'll get this waypoint actually. I'm going down here. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So essentially this event is you're fighting these guys to learn how they absorb the magic, and then if I hadn't already unlocked the ability, like it would allow me to absorb the magic we're seeing in the air, like those little sort of rainbow things. There's been like, I don't know, there's been quite a bit of news for the game recently, like there's this, and then also End of Dragons just got delayed, which I think is actually a really good thing, because I was worried NCSoft would be like, no, we don't care, there's been a global pandemic, you had a release date, you're going to stick to the release date, do it! And then they'd be like, wait, why is everybody mad? Why didn't it sell? Like, I'm so confused. Because that's what publishers tend to be like in the gaming, so... I would say the Bloodstone Fen is still probably like, just because of how much the quality of the game increased around this time, like with this release, and just like the sheer level of stuff to do, the Guild Wars 1 nostalgia, and just how unique the map is. I still think to this day Bloodstone Fen is one of my favourite releases the game's ever done. I may cut this bit because I think we're all doing the event wrong, and it's taking a lot longer than it should. I think what it is, I'm used to doing this event when the map's dead, which means it scaled down to be really easy, and now it's scaled up enough, and everyone here is used to playing it like that. Oh no, we might not have failed. I know we got
liberated the artifact.
Only thing to do now is try it out. You should be able to harvest Bloodstone nodes and fragments scattered by the blast.
Okay.
That looks valuable.
Okay, we'll just continue to investigate.
Bennett, any update on the creature that hospitalized your scout?
We finally got a message from Priory headquarters. Hard to get a pigeon to fly through a magical storm in one piece. The description of these stone men matched an ancient weapon the Mersat and White Mantle used before the Crichton Civil War. They're called Jade Constructs. They were the Mersat's primary martial units.
Floating constructs. That sounds similar to the Exalted.
That's because they're using ancient magic from a similar origin. Or at least that's my current theory, Poobah.
Did your backpack just call you Poobah, Commander?
It's a long story. Go on, Tiny.
There was a time, way back, when the Seers and the Mersat shared a lot of info. Why do you think they're all so floaty?
So is there anything that'll keep me alive in a fight against these jade things?
Remember that magical protection I told you about? That should work against Jade constructs, too. It was based on seer research that Zinn, the founder of Rada Novus, performed during the Crichton Civil War.
Without justice.
I highly suggest mastering it before you get in a smashy scenario with one of those Jade brutes. Good luck, time me out!
So what they're talking about, that ability, is, you've probably seen me use it a bunch. It's the skill 5 when you're downed, and so that allows you to pump out a lot of CC and damage, and it makes you a lot more survivable when you've been down. So we're actually going to this gigantic hole here. So I might just get the brief out. So sit down there quickly. Actually, I'm gonna go this waypoint because Bloodstone is actually a kind of dangerous map. They nerfed a lot of the enemies here shortly after the release, because when it first released, the White Mantle, they were like snipers. It's like Jackal snipers on Halo Legendary. They were just insane. They just shoot you down from your glider, and because you're in a glider like when this first released, so okay. So you didn't have the speed and maneuverability that Griffins later offered. Have I gone too far? Oh yeah, another thing I love about Bloodstone is it, like, the masteries for the game, it really just makes you use all of them. Right? Okay, there we go. Like, there's just so much variety in the way you move around. There's a portal over here to one of the raid wings, which is a little trivia, because they released a raid wing at the same time as this map. Well, maybe they just added a connection to it there. I'm not sure. Anyway. Yeah, so is story instance time. Oh god, I hate these guys. Leave me alone. I think this was a wallpaper that I used back in the these scorch marks.
It looks like there are magical scorch marks leading this way.
I wasn't sure if they actually said the word scorch marks. Just rang a bell somewhere. Oh wait, yeah, banners. I should be using those. Oh wait, I missed that one. Stop. I'm trying to swear less, because if I ever reach the point where I can monetize videos, like I think you have to hit a certain like subscriber count or something for that, so it may never happen, but I might as well take this with me. I'm trying to swear less, because that demonetizes you, I think, but it's difficult. Alright, where are we going? I love this room. I just love everything about this map. What's the next map? I can't remember. Oh, actually, yeah, the next map for season 3 is really cool as well. Okay, so I thought I had to go down here first, but I'm going up onto that, like, this little area here. Don't know what to call that. Floating screen area. Don't hit me. Hello?
Who's there?
It's me, Commander.
Keith. Bennett said he saw you.
Are you...
Trying to figure out why the explosion reversed itself and the trail led me here. Look at these marks. Could these have been made by a torrent of magic?
Possibly. You think something or someone was behind this? Or was it a natural disaster?
Seems like an awfully odd natural disaster. You saw what happened, right?
I've recently learned to not always rely on my senses. They can betray you.
This pedestal seems to be the nexus of it all. Let's look around and see if...
Tremor!
Incoming!
Did you see that?
That Bloodstone explosion seemed to trigger some sort of magical echo.
I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Let's find some more Bloodstone and see if we can recreate it. Get a clearer picture. This could give us an insight on why the blast reversed itself.
You may have noticed I turned on the NPC dialogue here, and so we got Keith here, which is interesting because she was in a very different place at the end of Heart of Thorns, and I think you sort of see our character still kept his weapon up during that time. He's not sure what Keith's gonna do, and when she was like, your senses can betray you, that was her talking about how when Mordremoth started messing with her mind, she betrayed us. and she genuinely couldn't tell like who her friends were.
Some bloodstone pieces next to this staircase.
Okay, so now we're running around collecting.
Guess this is how someone would get... How did you end up down here?
I was returning from the grove when I saw the explosion on the horizon. I wasn't going to leave it uninvestigated.
Good work getting this deep into the crater. Must have been moving like a shadow out there.
That's what I do.
So unfortunately some dialogue cut off there. It was, I guess this is how someone would get down here to do whatever it is this test hopefully reveals. And the commander seems...
Just a bunch of weapons.
You sure about that? Because they're glowing.
So, I'm not sure if it's just like they've absorbed magic and they've kind of gained some ability to just use their intended purpose, or if it's like supposed to, the idea is like a soul is like, oh my fuck, hang on. One sec.
That was unexpected.
That was unexpected.
I'll hold my items.
Shut up, kid. Alright, give me that. So yeah, it's unclear if there's like a soul that's actually wielding them, because because Bloodstones can't trap
Case over
souls.
here.
I think I covered that in the last episode, I'm not sure. Give me this. Oh, you. Not really.
Ready for anything.
Alright, he's very hard. Yeah, those swords pump out a lot of damage, especially when
Business in the grove.
I was visiting the Pale Tree.
How is she after Morgemoth's death?
Ailing, but recovering. Although not well enough to give me the guidance I needed.
Sorry to hear that.
It's... back to the task at hand.
And there's a very badass line that our character says to Kate at some point in this instance, and I think they may have cut it out, or I'm completely imagining it. What is this? The base of paper seems barely touched by the destruction. It looks as if someone was taking notes during a conversation or translating a coded message. Read it. Trial 33, complete failure, received orders to increase output, results demanded soon, or what? Or else. Read on. Okay, the rumbling of dissent in our ranks is unacceptable for research progress. Being pulled in two directions, I want to stay the course and not listen to this new shady influence behind the curtain. Read on. Who is the Justiciar getting his orders from anyway? My loyalty is a liability here now. Perhaps I should flee before the rift becomes inescapable? I hate to leave my White Mantle brothers and sisters, but I will not follow someone who have revealed themselves while issuing threats so liberally.
It's a note. Must have survived in this chest.
What's it say?
It was the White Mantle, all right. Apparently, they've been prodding the Bloodstone for some time now. But it also hints at some sort of splintering within their group and a divisive leader. Must be Caudecus.
The Legate Minister? I should stop by Divinity's Reach more often. I'm out of the loop.
Right. Yeah, so see, because there's a faction split within the White Mantle. No dialogue triggers, I'll talk about more of that in a second. Hang on, okay. Yeah, so there's sort of a faction split within the White Mantle, because they were...
Bloodstone under this table.
Thank you. Because they were a very religious sect back in the day. And, what's this? Better in a normal day. Let's get remove these banners. Oh god. Remove these banners before I get knocked down as well. Give me damage, give me damage. Ow. Maybe some warriors watching this video right now just cringing internally. I apologize. This is not my main. Die! So what is this thing? This thing just seems to be like pure energy, like created around this area. Like that's strange, isn't it? I have my voice too like just too. I don't know what the word is. Just loud, because I know exactly what's going on here, but I'm just trying to make it sound not really easy to be more engaging. Oh. You still going? Alright. Yes, so the White Mantle is quite a religious sect, like...
Some more Bloodstone here. I can't believe this operation was happening under our noses this whole time. What is that?
Oh, hang on.
Gaining adrenaline.
Yeah, and so learning that magic from earlier allowed us to deflect this thing's magic back at it. CC. Yep. Oh my god. Ow. What the fuck? No, no. Get up. Get up. What the hell? Oh god. This defines bars. Stop. Alright. Damage, 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 damage. Need banners. Oh, Jesus. Alright, come here. There we go. Yeah, so you may have noticed I pressed something down here. It shot like a spectral agony bar at us, and we were able to deflect it. That's the magic we learned earlier from the Bloodstone, like, White Mantle people. Oh shit.
Move!
Commander, before we go any further,
Here? Why would I expect any different? Your timing has always been perfect.
see, that's why I have to speak now. I know you're still upset with me, and you have every right to be. I can't take back what happened, but I can tell you I know what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. My wild hunt, Mordremoth's voice, they were tearing at each other, and sometimes I didn't know which was which. I was very confused, and I felt like the only person I could trust was me.
That's the very time you should have leaned on your friends.
Don't you see? I didn't know who my friends were. Enemies, friends, even Fowlin. It was all grey. I wish I would have trusted you, but I didn't. And now that's in the past, all I can do is hope you'll forgive me in the future.
Keith.
You don't have to respond now. I want you to think about it, so your decision is considered.
Okay, well, let's see if our little experiment works.
Alright, yeah. Let's get this. What was I saying before that? Oh yeah, I was trying to talk about the White Mantle, yeah. So they are a very religious organization because they worshipped the Mossad as like the unseen ones. But then there's also, it seems that... crap, hang on. Where am I going? But then it also seems like they have become very politically focused as well, and that seems to be the Caudecus faction, the faction that seems to just be using them as like a way to gain power.
Ready? I'll take care of releasing their magic.
Then what?
Then we cross our fingers that we jumpstart the magic echo and don't blow ourselves to smithereens.
Yeah, this is quite dangerous when you think about it. I think we wanted Asura here to figure out all this shit.
Was that? What happened?
Where you were standing, there was only a brilliant light devouring magic. Then some people behind the light didn't look so lucky. These silhouettes.
They must have been vaporized by the blast.
Who would have done this purposefully?
Someone who just absorbed the lion's share of a Bloodstone's worth of magic. Could have been Caudecus. I have to find Canach and warn him, if he's still alive.
I mean, if Caudecus absorbed that, he should be absolutely batshit insane by now.
Commander! Are you up there?
Sounds like someone's looking for you.
What is this? Hello. Where's that shield you've got?
Commander! Canach ordered us to find you. Minister Caudecus is in the area.
He's alive. I need to tell him about what we just witnessed. Point me in the right direction. Keith?
You know what? I think I'll stay a moment. Maybe poke around some more.
Are you sure? Will you be okay?
It's fine, Commander. Remember? I'm a shadow.
Alright. Wait, I gotta... Yeah. daily. Interesting. Alright. Caudecus must be here. Okay, well, let's just go. Exit the Bloodstone Fin, yep. So it looks like Canach is about to attack Caudecus, who may have just absorbed an absolute crapload of magic. So Canach's expecting just the weak old minister he's seen in the past, who he can just like beat his ass easily. But he could be in for a surprise, so we need to get there quickly. That was the wrong waypoint. Hang on. Up we go. Background, I like this one. I'm just gonna sip my coffee before any dialogue triggers. Right.
Canach, glad to see you're alive. I was afraid you'd been caught in the blast.
We almost were, but then, not.
Me too. Your troops?
Some of them are still looking for you, and the rest are forming a perimeter around this place. I wanted to deal with the Minister privately. I really only need you there to corroborate events, should they go south. Plus, I ran into these two delinquents and figured Dragon's Watch could certainly handle it.
Marjorie, Ridlock. Showed up just in time to help us track down Caudecus.
It was all anyone could talk about in Divinity's Reach. Canach, you're here under the orders
Countess
of...
Anise is very concerned about Caudecus' well-being. I'm to return him home, unless the innocent until proven guilty minister does something to change those plans.
She must be very hopeful your plans change.
I was instructed to be tight-lipped about it. But I will say this. Yes.
Before we find him, Caudecus may have been the someone who consumed the Bloodstone's magic. If it's true, he may be a little stronger than we all remember.
If he did, we can't just let him loose on Kryta. Or maybe all of Tyria is his prize this time.
I only want to be off Anise's leash. Saving the world would just be a corollary benefit.
For Kryta!
We have company!
No one crosses the White Mantle!
Hello there.
Surely succeed where others failed!
Succeeding very well right now. I was talking about White politics, like Kryta politics in the previous episode. I mentioned 3 factions. I mentioned the Queen, I mentioned Caudecus, and I mentioned the Ministers. I suppose, yeah, there is the 4th faction. It's like, I keep underestimating these guys. Bloodstone Men is actually decently dangerous, even in the story instances. I'm gonna die. Damage someone enough that I can axe them as soon as I can get my friends reviving me.
Reinforcements requested.
At least they're decent at reviving because they don't do any damage. This is healing. Ah, yes, that's what that does. Okay, so I need to do like a heap of damage, and then that affects my healing.
These White Mantle guards aren't affected by the Bloodstone like the others I fought. They must have arrived after the explosion.
Then they came with Caudecus. We're close.
Alright. And so yeah, like some of the White Mantle you can just count as a Caudecus faction, but then there's the other ones who...
Watch your step.
Ow!
Whatever this place
That one
was,
snuck up on
was
me.
meant to keep the unwary at bay.
But I can check over it, but clearly...
Close to this Bloodstone. Strength has left my limbs.
Many counter-magic measures up your sleeve.
Gaining adrenaline. Feel the adrenaline.
Nice work. Now, if I could persuade you to take care of the others.
Alright. Yeah, so if you don't hit that little special action key down there really quick, shit. If you don't hit that really quick, the like mechanics like this, they pump out a ton of damage.
Countering the magic of these bloodstones returns whatever magical properties it absorbed. I know a certain big-eared Asura who'd love to be here to study this.
I heard that!
Alright. They're all just like, oh wait, that means...
Perfect. Shields. How do we bring them down?
These bloodstones can draw off the magic. We can catch the shield.
Not shield down? Oh, it is actually. I'm gonna go back to it. Alright, I think I got like semi-stuck on this fight once because I thought I had to destroy both of the shards before attacking any of them, and I just kept on trying to do that for ages. And then I really pissed myself off and I realized I could just kill the first one right now. Okay, yeah, so then like the fourth political faction is the White Mantle in the shadows, wanting to bring back the old ways when they were still in power. And I like how it kind of handles that, like religious beliefs, they are really powerful. They don't just die off, they carry on for like hundreds of years. Like, even after their main like power base is gone. So just focusing, take that down, is that shield gone? Why is it not gone? Do I need to CC you? What the fuck? Maybe this is the part that I thought I was remembering. Go away. Oh no, I remember now. I remember, okay. You have to catch them. She said it returns whatever magical properties. There we go. Yeah, so you have to cross the beam over them. And then it pumps out some damage on them. Yeah. So I forgot that mechanic was a thing and I just kept on running in between these, getting really annoyed that it wasn't working. So I guess I did it by chance on the first one. Lower my volume a little bit so I'm not talking too much over the thing. It shouldn't change anything for someone watching this though, which is good. Think about what
whatever energy gets nearby.
If the commander is right about Caudecus absorbing Bloodstone magic, that may prove handy.
Yes, we might be able to pull the magic back out of it, because Bloodstones are designed to pull magic out of things. That's how they work. Like they pull magic and then contain it. That was the whole purpose of them. And then...
Work faster! These bloodstones won't collect themselves!
Sounds like we might have something ahead.
Let me take the lead, Ritlock. I was given specific orders on how this was supposed to be executed, and I don't need you to defile it with your inclination to blindly smite.
If that's a blindfold crack.
Care to take the door, Commander?
Alright.
Minister Caudecus, you have obviously...
Oh, he's not here. Ritlock, smite away.
My pleasure.
You'll never take him!
Okay. I beg to differ. Can't really stop us. We killed Elder Dragons. You're just random people with actually possible Elder Dragon levels of magic. So actually I should probably stop talking. Especially because this fight, I have memories of it. Banner time. Not both banners apparently.
Do you actually think that lets you take your shrub?
He's not yours to keep, fanatic.
These fools must be taught their place.
What's she doing now? Ah, yes. Okay.
Magic from Bloodstone empowers me.
Alright.
What do you
Oh,
have?
fuck.
Nothing.
Wait, did I accidentally click trigger walking? Hang on. Okay. Why am I slowing me down? Is that supposed to happen? Slower actions, yeah, okay. And bring her in that. And, God. Okay, screwed that up. So I've got to do what I was doing before with the elemental. I have to carry it around and hit her with it. So if she comes through here, or if she just fucking does that. This is not ideal. healing. So slow. Oh, that was nothing. I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna completely lose this fight. I need some form of healing. Okay. Okay, okay. Like that? No? Well. Okay, I'm just gonna die. That's fine. I must have to keep her in it for a long period of time. Well. Thank God.
Impossible!
There we go.
That's a clever little trick.
So about damage, and heal. That did nothing. Okay, I really need to learn how this heal works again. Oh, I see. So it's very little initial damage, and then if I just keep attacking, it'll heal as I go. Right. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around, like it like records some of the damage I've done in the last few seconds. Alright, no, I like that though, it makes me fight aggressive.
How does it feel? Completely ineffective.
Alright, now that I've figured out my healing, it's being completely ineffective. How about your shield, bitch? Yeah, so now that I figured out my heal, I'm actually doing really well. So, oh fuck, I take it back, I take everything back. Get me up. Oh dear. Ow.
More power!
Get me up. Help! No, where did you all go? Okay. I need your help. Oh, it's slowing me down overall, so I didn't get any of that healing. Okay. Come here.
Impossible! That's a clever little trick.
I hate her knockback. It's annoying as hell. Come here. Nah, you're not doing that. What was his name, sorry? God, I hate her. Alright.
Why do you think Caudecus wanted them to collect bloodstones?
Hopefully to weigh his pockets down while he jumped in a lake.
He can't be far now. Move along, everyone.
Gridlock's wit is one of the best things about this game, and Canach's as well. I won't spoil anything, but in some of the future story,
This magic here has certainly turned this area into a war zone.
So, Commander, you really think Caudecus caused the blast to reverse itself?
Possibly. Cantha and I found Ground Zero and determined something or someone soaked up the lion's share of magic.
His escape does seem conveniently timed to be in the right place at the right time.
Kaith, what was she doing here?
Investigating the blast. She asked that I forgive her for stealing the egg and everything.
I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't think people can change that much.
Ever the cynic.
See? Point proven. I'll never change either. Ask Casimir.
It would be hard for me to blame Kaith for her actions while Mordremoth was alive. But let's save the philosophical arguments until after the Minister is dealt with.
Then let's lay the man to rest.
I think you mean return him to safety.
I'll never understand human politics.
Why do I feel like I'm repeating myself? You follow my orders! I don't know where these delusions are coming from. There is one White Mantle. Do you hear me? One!
Minister, I understand, but...
But... Quiet! Now tell me again what this pile of rocks can do. Are there magic words? How powerful is it? Well?
That's him, all right.
Reminds me of a boss I had at the cotton candy stands when I was younger.
Everyone ready to crash his party? Time for your foot key, Commander.
My pleasure.
Minister Caudecus, you've obviously been taken prisoner by these White Mantle zealots. I'm here to rescue you and return you to the royal palace.
Let's drop the charade, shall we, you ignorant thief? I will not be returning to Divinity's Reach until I wear the crown.
So I'm clear. You're admitting you're associated with the White Mantle?
Are you quite touched? I'm their supreme leader, and they will carry me all the way to the throne of Cantha.
Commander, did you witness that?
I did.
Then by the providence granted to me by Countess Anise, I hereby pass sentence on you, Caudecus Bloodstone.
Today is your last day on Tyria. Allow my blade to bid you farewell.
Get them! Turn this thing on! What do you think of my latest find, Commander?
I think it gives me PTSD from Guild Wars 1.
I believe it's safe to assume Caudecus didn't absorb the Bloodstone's magic. Why is he down here himself?
This big Preamble Brighter! Get in there and save me!
Oh shit. Oh my god. Alright. Take down that shield and attack. I love how it's combining all the mechanics from earlier. Come on. Did I get him? Did I get him? Did I get him? Oh! Oh, oh. What was that? Turned green for a second. Give me that. And let's finish it.
Never have too much trouble.
You will not stop me!
Oh shit.
The Crichton throne was built upon White Mantle blood, and we are its rightful heirs.
You are a heretic, Caudecus, and you shall need no White Mantle, for I am their god.
What? It can't be.
I am the last Mersat. Many years ago, you knew me as Lazarus the Dire. I have returned from the brink of existence.
No! You are a false god! The White Mantle is mine! Don't listen to him!
Empty words, formed by the forked tongue of a snake. The human seat of power and its current monarch are inconsequential. We are destined to face more virtuous pursuits. My true believers, you're welcome to seek shelter in my light. To those who doubt, you're welcome to burn.
Canach, go now!
Oh shit.
Don't stand there with your mouth agape! Get me out of here!
Mesmers!
Sorry, Montre, no offense to Kaz.
Helpful if they're on your side. Annoying if they're not. I understand.
You may have noticed I realized I had my character models set to lowest. Not the quality, just the amount. I do that to keep a better frame rate when players are everywhere. And I was like, wait, why is fucking Lazarus... He said it was Lazarus, yeah. Why is Lazarus not here? And then I was like, oh god. But no, I think we still got a decent visual of him. And the big party at the end with all the fire. Notice how he didn't kill us, but he massacred everyone else here, including the actual White Mantle ones. So maybe he's taken out the Caudecus faction? Can I take this? No. It's weird.
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Canach. However I can help to catch him.
Doesn't look like there's any sign of Lazarus either. The Mersat alive. We should immediately warn the Queen, but he appeared to be disinterested in Cantha.
Surprisingly different from the last time the Mersat were sticking their creepy bird feet where they didn't belong.
Marjorie, weren't you just saying something about people not being able to change?
A virtuous pursuit can mean a lot of things to a Mersat. But I'll admit, I'm curious.
Yeah, they might think it's noble to make a necklace out of your teeth.
With Caudecus not displaying any signs of excess power, I think we have to assume Lazarus was the one behind the blast. We need to find him, get an idea of what he's planning to do with all that magic.
Caudecus will want to hunt him down too. He won't readily surrender control of the White Mantle. One will inevitably lead us to the other.
Then this will be a good way to start the new guild. A crisis. But hopefully not a world-ending crisis.
It's how I prefer my crises.
Commander, can you read me? I have some news.
I'm here, Timey. What do you have?
Something possibly slightly, marginally cataclysmic. I managed to finally get detailed lay readings from the map and determined, well...
What is it?
Primordius is active.
Oh shit! So much for not a world-ending crisis.
I've attained the awesome.
So, I mean, could it be... I said I'm going to talk. So, I mean, I think what could have happened is the aftermath of some of the magic from Mordramoth getting back out there, because it doesn't look like the egg absorbed all of it, has, and maybe possibly some after effect of this explosion, because again, it doesn't look like Lazarus absorbed everything here, because look at the place. So, it seems maybe some of that's reached Primordius and woken him back up. Oh wait, no, he's not asleep. So yeah, Elder Dragons have like stages. They wake up, and they go on like a huge rampage, because they're sort of like, that's their initial like sort of really hungry stage where they're just going for magic because they've been sort of like they've been hibernating for so long. And then after their initial just absolute cataclysm, they pipe down for a bit. And the territories that they already do control, they hold them, but then eventually they ramp back up again, and then like they sort of just steadily taking the magic from where they are. And just sort of... Well, actually, no, Primordius has been... He's been extremely active, but underneath the depths of Tyria. He's been, like, underground over here. Because, like, he first woke up in, like, Eye of the North. So around here, like, in Guild Wars 1. So he could have been, like, all over the place, but he's underneath the depths of Tyria. So we haven't seen much from him. But then you say Jormag has been up here and hasn't really moved, but has steadily been pushing. So it seems there's something up here with just keeping Jormag, like, just happy to keep devouring magic. Zaitan didn't move much from ore. So seeing there was a lot of magic here, keeping Zaitan there, but it still sent out a lot. It was lucky enough to get an army right where it woke up, so it sent that out to attack all these areas, supposedly so that once it had finished up with ore, the dragon itself could start moving out to take other pieces of magic. I mean, who knows? Maybe it would have come up here to take the Bloodstone or something. Well, actually, I mean, the whole point of the Bloodstones was that Elder Dragons couldn't take them. But yeah, interesting stuff. So let's talk to everybody here. Canach, you're probably the most pissed off right now because you were that close to being freed from your billet.
I understand your priority will be the dragon. Mine, however, is unfortunately spoken for.
Yeah, so he's like I mean, people don't take the dragons full seriously unless they attack them. So Primordius running around, you'd think would send everyone into a frenzy, but it's mainly just, like, the humans don't really worry too much about it, at least not yet. I mean, who knows what Primordius will do down the line.
A dragon and a Mersat. Can't help but feel like we're surrounded.
Looks like it's time to test the new guild's mettle. Into the fire we go.
Into the fire, indeed. In more ways than one. And so let's talk about Lazarus for a sec. So he's not just some random Mersat. He like for new players, he actually was in Guild Wars 1, and he was a major figure in a side quest. So once most of the Mersat and the White Mantle had been defeated, he split up his soul into artifacts, which then allowed him to hide in a way. And White Mantle figures, I think it was White Mantle figures were holding onto these artifacts over the years, and then the raid wing dealt with some of those being reassembled and them trying to resurrect him, seemingly. And like, we weren't sure in the raid, it's ambiguous whether they succeed or not, but then he shows up here, so it looks like they succeeded. And now we've got a Mersat, who, they were already really dangerous on their own. Like, so we mastered the Spectral Agony magic, which was something we weren't able to do in Guild Wars 1. We were able to do it here because we could manipulate the powers of the creatures that were affected by this explosion. We were able to sort of take that and turn it in our favor, which gave us some defense. So we're a bit more resilient than most people would be to Mersat magic, and we can sort of hit back at them. But like, Mersat on their own are incredibly dangerous. Like in Guild Wars 1, like 3 Mersat held off an entire Char army. So they're pretty freaking deadly. So yes, we can deflect small amounts of their magic, but if we face the Mersat just normally, it would still probably like tear us a new one. And then this one just absorbed an entire Bloodstone's worth of magic. I mean, we don't know how exactly powerful that makes it. We don't know if it's like Elder Dragon level proportions, but like, I've always interpreted it as like a Bloodstone. It would be like, well, because the Bloodstone used to be one chunk that was down in ore, I think, and it was like, and it was split into a bunch of pieces. I think it's 6 or 5 pieces. And my interpretation that I like to have is always that all those pieces combined were like as powerful as an Elder Dragon. So, like, Lazarus is maybe like 20-30% of an Elder Dragon's strength at the moment, which is pretty fucking dangerous. Anyway, I think we're all done up in this instance, and let's go see what's happening with Primordus.